If you successfully sign a client, you got the payment in the bank, your payment processed the payment, and then you started to deliver on the automation and your project failed. And right now, your client is pissed and they are asking you, where is the project? I want my money back. Why is this not working? You have took the time from me, you've spoke to my team, you were taking up my time and just repeating it over and over and over, ringing your phone. Maybe they're even at your door, maybe they're blowing your inbox, completely furious because you quite frankly took the payment for something and didn't deliver, and you're sitting and you're like, holy shit, what do I do now? My dear friend, I was in your shoes and I know how it feels, and I got a process of dealing with that. As I'm scaling my own AI agency, my name is Jan. I am documenting this process here on this YouTube channel, and if you want to learn alongside me and learn across alongside my journey as I'm scaling my own AI agency, learning how to deal with stuff like this and other things, make sure to subscribe. But let's just dive into the video. If you got your client, you know, angry like those emojis, and maybe you try to be a Sigma, but right now your client is looking like this and they are very angry because your project has failed, and this is pretty much your client mental state and yours as well, this video is going to help you. So here are things we're going to talk about in this video. First of all, we're going to talk about the most important rule. I don't care what you do, who's your client, what they are saying, what has actually happened. If you break this rule, you are cooked. Do not break it. So I'm gonna explain that rule in a second, and also I'm gonna say, and the second thing we're gonna cover is going to analyze and try to win it back. I'm gonna show you how potentially you may not even lose the money, you may not even get a refund. It has happened to me in the past. And then how to speak to a client. So I'm gonna give you some principles and operating approach on how to speak to an angry customer based on essentially how you speak to that client. So let's just start. First thing is going to be the most important rule. And now listen, I don't care, because look, sometimes you're going to be right, sometimes the client is going to be right, sometimes objectively it is your fault, sometimes objectively it's going to be your client's fault. I, from the bottom of my heart, tell you, even if the client is right, even if you are right and the client fucked something over and it's client's fault, just do not, for the love of anything holy, argue with your client. There is nothing worse than reacting emotionally and arguing with your client. Please, for the love of the universe, God, and everything holy, do not do it. Never, ever, ever argue. Never, never, ever, 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 ever do it. You need to be professional, not act emotionally, and do not argue with the client. I don't care if your client just fucking destroy your business and they are arguing with you. Okay, maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration if your client were to destroy your business and go court and take lawyers. But if you, guys, if your client is complaining and he's angry, if you are going to argue back and be, God forbid, rude, coarse, attack him, whew, you're cooked. Because let me tell you what's going to happen. If a client is such an, because let me tell you, there are nightmare clients. There are genuine fucking retards as clients. Sometimes they are, and I'm going to give you that. I'm going to be honest with you. There are nightmare clients. But the nightmare client, if you mishandle him, will destroy your fucking reputation. Because if somebody is so bitter that they are going to be arguing, not thinking logically, attacking you for everything, if you blame them, because very often they're not accountable people, very often they have some unresolved trauma that they are just projecting on other people and they're unaware of it. If you will act emotionally, they have enough bitterness in their character that they are going to screenshot that and let everyone know. And this is what you do not want to happen. So the rule number one that you never, ever, ever, ever in the history of the universe break is you act emotionally, argue with a client, and God forbid, coarse or be rude. Never, ever, ever. What you need to do instead is, let's say this is your client, right? And they are just, they are mad. Like, let's say I don't know, they would be mad. Let's say they're mad. Like, that's actually being angry. And they are just shouting at you. They are sending all this energy, shouting how fucking bad you are and how big of a scam that is. What you have to do is keep a straight, not a straight face, by the way. And instead of sending it back at them, you need to take it. Like, if your client is, this is horrible, I've sent you all this time, blah, blah, blah. What you do is you mirror their energy and channel that at yourself. So if your client is approaching you fucking angry, screaming, you're like, Mr. Prospect, I'm not going to argue with you. You are right. We did it wrong and it is our apology. And I absolutely take full on accountability for it. And you're completely right to be mad. You are. And literally take this anger and start to blame yourself. What's going to happen is they're going to, like, from this level of energy, they're going to calm down. They're going to be like, yeah, you are. It's very interesting where you match the energy and you tell, like, yes, you are right. You're 100% right. And we cannot let this happen ever again in our company. And I'm going to do everything to make sure you either get a project that is working, or you're going to get something back from us, or we're going to get a refund. And like, you start to be angry at them on yourself. Then they're going to like, well, yeah, you're right. You're right. Like, they're going to calm down. It's strange. I don't know why that is working, but it's working. So first of all, never argue with a client and take it all on yourself. Like, literally agree with their emotions, agree with what they're saying, and take accountability and blame yourself, even if this is not your fault. Even if this is not your fault, make sure to take the accountability on yourself, because your reputation is worth more than one angry client, even one reputation. So make sure to take it on yourself. Right. Now, another important thing. So we got the most important rule, which is whoa, that was not a straight line. To not argue with your client, okay? And take it all back and match their anger and just say, yes, you're right, Mr. Prospect. I'm going to make sure you're going to be served well, and we're going to apologize for you in a written letter, and we're going to refund you and give you the project for free, or whatever, like, you're going to do, whatever terms you agree on. Make sure to state it back and say, you are right. And like, be angry at them a bit for your own, like, bad thing, and feel the anger, like, match their energy and say, you're right, Mr. Prospect, we cannot let this happen. I'm going to make sure to investigate who has done this to you and how we can prevent this so it's never going to happen ever again, and how you can get a refund or the project working. And I'm going to make sure, and like, mirror their energy, accept them and say, like, you are right, essentially. And they're going, whoa, 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 very often. Sometimes there are crazy people who are going to argue further, but I mean, then you just deal with the cost of that's the cost of doing business. Look, what you do is you want to, before refunding the prospect, analyze what. So ask what, okay? So what and why. So ask what has went wrong, okay? And why it has went wrong. Map out the entire project, like whatever the AI automation was that you've built, whatever, where that was, like AI voice, some N8N template, some fucking, I don't know what, maybe, right? Before you refund the client, I want you to ask what has failed. Like, if the AI has failed, let's say you're selling AI voice agent, and let's say you're selling that to med clinics that are, I don't know, handling inbound leads forever, or I don't know, reaching out to marketing leads. And the conversion rates essentially were promised to go up, but it all went to shit, and the conversion rates actually went down. Break down the entire system of that, like every single step of the process. So from the lead opting in to the prospect being booked, and like break down into macro action chain, every single part of the process, and ask what has failed, like what has actually gone wrong in this process. And let's say maybe the people were saying that, oh, this is an AI voice, fuck off. Let's say, as an example, they're like, oh yeah, this is an AI voice, fuck off. So you see that, okay, the people were just, saying this is an AI, I don't want to speak to this. And then ask, why did this fail? Like, what has happened to the prospect? What has happened to the AI? Like, why did people hang up? What could we have done wrong? What we could have done better? Maybe if we were to state at the beginning of the call, look, I know you're getting a lot of AI phone calls, I'm one, but I'm just going to be honest with you. On our back end, we're doing this because we care about our customers and we respect your time. So we want to book you as soon as we can. I hope you don't mind. This is an AI. You're going to speak to a human further. I would just like to quickly book you and we can move on with our days. Maybe that will fix the problem, because maybe the problem with people being so AI averse is that they don't like people, the AI pretending to be a human. Maybe if you were to straight up even joke about it, I'm an AI, maybe the conversion rate would go up, and maybe you would save the money, and maybe that money would allow you to buy more, invest more into the marketing and scale your business, and the compounding butterfly effect. So ask why. why has it failed? And very much likely, if you investigate what has gone wrong, you will be able to find something that you could have done, better, right? And which you have, by the way, I'm just telling you a story from my agency. This is what has happened to me. And so I'm not, playing fucking some genius, because I fucked up horribly many times. And then this is why I know how to, this is why I can share the information I have this in this video, because I've done it. I've been there. I've been there, okay? Okay, one more thing I have to add on top of this. It's fine to feel not okay in this process. If you're younger and there's like an older businessman who has like 20 years in experience in business and she is pissed at you, it is completely normal to feel bad. Like, it is completely normal to feel stressful, to feel bad, to feel anxious. It's okay, because the last thing you want is a fucking angry customer in the phone. It is not nice. It is normal that you feel okay, but you can just act despite of it. And look, then there are two scenarios how to speak to a client. So you either can fix, okay, so I'm gonna write can or can't fix, okay? So maybe you can fix and you can fix. Here's what I'm gonna, there's a difference. So I'm gonna give you how I would frame this. So if you can fix this, you're gonna first of all do the most important thing, which is say, look, Mr. Prospect, you have absolute the right to be mad at us. We didn't deliver. It's completely wrong. You are all in the right to be mad at us and hate us. And look, we respect that. However, we really want this project to work for you because we respect the money you gave us and the time you have put already in, and we want to deliver and make this work. So, Mr. Prospect, look, after our investigation, which we have conducted specifically for you because you're so important to us, make them feel look, the more you can be client-centric and then the more you can actually care about your clients, the more money you're gonna make. So even out of self-interest, try to care about other people. But if you have some sort of a normal human tendencies, maybe it's not going to be so unnatural to you to care about others. But look, what you do is you just say, look, Mr. Prospect, we have done an investigation specifically for you, and don't lie, you did specifically that for him. Maybe it's your only client and you're fucked if you lose that money. So try everything you can, and then literally say, look, we have done this project, we know why it's not working, and literally show him the graph. We broke down the entire project. We have investigated which part is not working, why it's not working, and here is the idea we have as to how we can maybe fix this work and iterate and explain that AI is a new technology. It's gonna be sometimes wrong. And I mean, look, there's another video on my YouTube channel, but if you want to set if you want to set it's important to set an expectation. Maybe an angry customer can be prevented if you set an expectation right. Okay, so look, what you do is essentially you go and you say, look, Mr. Prospect, you match his energy, you gave him the right to be angry, you apologize, you take accountability, and you say, look, here is what we investigated. You mean so much to us. We want to make this work. Here is our investigation as to why this project failed, and here's how we can actually perhaps fix this. Would you be open to letting us, work for, 60 days more, okay, on our cost? You have to take the cost on yourself. Work for free. Say that you're gonna give him a favorable, what's the word I'm looking for? You're gonna give him favorable conditions for working on that, and say, look, you've already invested a lot of time. You don't need any more time investments. You don't need any more money investment from you. Just don't withdraw the money. We're gonna work on it. If that's not gonna work, then we're gonna refund you, and then do everything you can to fix that project, right? And what I want you to do is just give your client a great, make the option that he's okay, look, they took accountability. They understand I'm mad. It makes sense. You have to sell them the idea that this can work, and then think to yourself, look, okay, fuck it. You have to make your client think okay, okay, fuck it, let's go. And then actually try in this time frame, fix the project. And if you fix the project and if you reiterate and you're gonna save the project, that may be a great testimonial, by the way. And if you can't fix that, literally do the same thing, apologize, say it's absolutely it's your fault, they have all the right, actually refund them and say, look, if you're working with any data, assure them it's going to be saved, you're going to delete all the data, refund them the money, explain to them the entire process that's going to happen, make sure they have nothing to doubt about. If they're already mad at you, confirm their emotions, say that they are completely right to feel this way, you fucked up, take accountability, actually apologize for it, state a very clear process. Look, we fucked up, this is what's going to happen, we're going to send you a quick contract which is like a proof for you that we delete all the data, because even though we are ending this project, I want you to feel okay leaving us, so make sure that we're going to delete all the data. Here's a contract that is proving that, for example, or like a document proving that we're actually deleting all of your data. And besides that, here's the refund, here's when the refund is going to happen. Before that, if you need anything from us, just let us know, right? And you can, send him as an apology, like a free PDF or something. Like the main decision-making razor is that you want to put your customers first, and you want to make sure they feel taken care of, or at least understood. And this is how you deal with angry customers. Like, this is how to speak to them. And this is like, very often you can save honestly a project. I've seen, including mine, like you can save so many projects if you just speak to a client like human to human and say, look, I apologize, we fucked up, we were new, but we've investigated, this may work, and we will give our best. And then you actually give our best, and you actually deliver the project. You can save a lot of projects, and you can save a lot of money in that. So yeah, if you want to see more content like this, where I'm creating valuable content for AI agency owners, then yeah, subscribe. Take care, guys.